Hey, dude.
Yo, what up? All right, gamer. So first we'll do a little coaching sesh. We'll talk about stuff. And then Nomer. I know Annie wants to go. We'll have to get 2 more. It'll be tough to get a group for Nomer. But that's after. So coaching sesh.
Yeah.
Lay it on me.
Yeah. So,
What do you want to know?
well, I got a bunch of questions. I have gotten a lot of practice today with my hotkeys and macros.
Okay.
But there's still a lot of good ones that I would like to improve. So I'll tell you first what I have so far. So far, I have a macro that allows me to go into a cat or like some kind of cat form or what's it called? Bear form without first becoming human. So I can reset Frostbolt and Poison on myself by going from cat to cat. That's pretty nice.
Okay, so you have an out of cat, back into cat macro.
I have a macro that allows me to go into cat while I'm a cat, and then I have another hotkey that takes me out of all forms and back to druid form. Because sometimes I don't have a moonfire or fairy fire or heal that I want to cast, but I still want to exit cat form.
Okay. Like there's no wrong way to manage your forms. Like you're right to recognize that it can be really annoying. Every druid, every person that plays druid, at least decently, has their way of managing it. And however, what is comfortable for you is how you should do it.
Yeah.
The way I do it is scrolling up on my mouse wheel is cat form, scrolling down is bear form, and that'll, if I'm in bear form already, it'll take me out and back in on its own. But I also have a key binding to leave bear form and leave cat form, which are weird. Give me 1 second, hang on.
Okay. Let's see, where's Sodapoppin actually? He is in the Barrens. Guess we'll take a flight path there.
My girlfriend just made, she's never been more proud in her life. She just made the best steaks she says she's ever seen, and they are really good looking.
Oh,
she
nice.
Wants me to show them off.
You want to take a break and eat first?
Yeah, look at this. No. She still has to plate it, and she's still working on the asparagus. They are like crazy. She made like 6. All right, let me go.
Nice.
All right. So yeah, I grew up playing druid. So for me, I think I clicked it, but at one point I key bound like bear form and cat form, and I would really just kind of click rejuve whenever I wanted to leave. But you're right. Sometimes you're or sometimes you can't do any of that.
Yeah.
So eventually when I got better, I just had no key bindings left. So I bound my cat form to control G and bear form to control V, which are trash key bindings.
Yeah, it's weird.
But I'm used to it now. It is weird. And then travel form is shift, scroll down, and aquatic is shift, scroll up. Weird.
Okay.
You should get used to what you're used to.
Yeah, I'm not going to copy that. No, we're getting used to it slowly. Like, if we had done the coaching yesterday or the day before, I would be, like, really confused and misclicking everything. But I guess I'm kind of getting there. I guess I have some general questions about my role in the game, right? When I'm out there by myself, I'm doing cat form questing. That seems to make sense. I'm not going to go around as bear, and I'm not going to go boomkin. That's stupid, right?
Yes, you're right.
So I'm always in cat form. It doesn't feel that complex. Like I figured out a couple of combos. I'm mostly...
It's extremely simple.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, right? Like I'm spamming... Let's see what the names are called. Let me go in cat form. So I'm using claw when I'm facing a mob. I open with 1 rake. I'm trying to remember this muscle memory. But I can also go in with a Tiger Fury and a Stealth as I approach the proximity radius of their aggro. And then if I wait for the right ticks, then I guess I have maximum DPS opening with the final 2 seconds of Tiger's Fury. And I'll do a shred opening from the back. And then I'll do a rake. And then I do a claw. And then if they're high health, I do a rip. Otherwise, I just finish with clawing. That seems to be the combo. Okay. Is it wrong?
I mean, so I'll be honest, it doesn't really fucking matter. Everything you're doing now is about to get completely revamped. So you got cat form at level 20, which means you're right, you have no spells. But you're going to start earning more cat form spells. At level 32, you'll gain Ferocious Bite. That is a completely new combo point spender that you'll have. At level 36, you'll gain a new spell that can only be used while stealth. It's Pounce. And you'll pretty much be always opening with Pounce. And that's going to kind of change things up a whole lot. So the math on Rake... I think Rake might actually be decent, but overall, it's an undertuned button that's rarely ever used. For the most part, you should only ever use it on mobs that like have shields and high armor. Yeah. That's the only time it's going to be value.
It doesn't seem like it does that much.
It sucks. It's undertuned. It's just bad.
Tiger's Fury
I don't even think
sucks as well.
So if we do the conversion of what you gain, so you can obviously stealth and you can Tiger's Fury and you can shred, but it's not that great. Who cares? It increases the damage of your shred by 10.
Yeah.
Well, let's do some math. So it costs 30 energy, right? It'll do plus 10 damage to every auto attack in that time. You attack once every 6 seconds. So for 30 energy, you're getting 60 damage. How hard does your claw hit for?
40 extra, but I think
40.
every claw counts as an auto attack, right? So if I do Tiger's Fury and I've got 4 seconds remaining on it as I engage, or maybe 5, then I could get 4 auto attacks and like 2-3 claws, so that maybe 70 extra damage is decent. I guess I should always open with it a bit.
I mean, you can't. I'm just trying to. You're right that optimally you will get more damage out of using Tiger's Fury,
but it's not.
But I'm trying to like explain to you that it's minimal.
Yeah. Like it's
I don't use it when I level.
It may not change.
I just can't help but.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying I do because like my optimization, WoW sweat brain does it, but holy shit, is it trash and not a big deal.
Yeah.
So the only other way you can min-max Tiger's Fury is you can use Tiger's Fury, and then by the time your energy is back to full, you'll have 2 seconds left on Tiger's Fury, and then you can shred.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, who cares? Sitting there waiting, like whatever. That's kind of my opinion on Tiger's Fury, and you will never be using it endgame. At endgame, it is if you can shred, Tiger's Fury is never worth it.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Well, it's kind of a useless skill to learn then. Like, kind of fun to play around with it if you want to make it a little bit more complex with the button presses, but ultimately not that big of a deal.
Exactly. Like Blizzard, they made Feral Druid, but they really weren't good at balancing anything in the game when they made World of Warcraft in general, and they really kind of had no clue what was going on when they made Feral. They just threw shit around and called it a day. So that's Tiger's Fury. Rake, again, you can do the math on it, kind of the value that you'll get, and it's usually almost always good for high armor targets, and it's still not even the word good is too strong. It's pretty simple.
Why do you bring up armor in context of Rake?
Because it's bleed damage, and bleeds go through armor. And another thing to take into consideration, because these things are barely good, like barely, you also have to take into the fact that it's rank 1 Rake. So I don't know when you get rank 2 Rake, but assuming it's soon, definitely don't use rank 1 Rake. Assuming you've kind of out-leveled it. Yeah, Rake at 34. It's close, but who cares? At the end of the day, your job is legit. You walk up, you hit claw. You would probably use a 3 combo point rip because you might not even see the full duration of a 5 combo point rip. So
yeah,
and then you just have extra combo points with nothing to do with them, and that's normal. The class is janky.
He's got a lot of trash abilities. Starfire, Wrath. I no longer use them. They seem like a joke.
Yeah, you don't use those ever. As a Feral Druid, you don't. As a balanced Druid, sure. Actually, even as a balanced Druid, you barely use them. I mean,
if we're running a raid in at level 60, we're doing some kind of raid, are you going to allocate some druids to be balanced resto and some other to be feral?
No. Nope. One druid in the raid needs to have improved Mark of the Wild. Yeah. That would not be a feral druid. I will treat a feral druid as a rogue or a warrior when it comes to your raid slot, right?
What about leader of the pack? You want leader of the pack?
Yeah. So that's where like ferals will do slight if you play perfectly and you're like optimized and you're sweating and you're the best player in the world and you're going against a rogue who's also the best player in the world, you'll be pretty close to their damage. You will actually be right there. But if you were to factor in the damage that you've given the whole raid with the giving 4 people in your party 3% crit, you probably surpass the rogue. Maybe not. The fact is it's debatable. Not a lot of good players play feral though. So like even a lot of good players in WoW don't know how good feral can actually be.
Full sweat. How many druids do you want in your raid?
I mean, I would take as if they're all playing. I'll take as many ferals as you give me. I'm good with ferals. I'm confident with ferals. They're great. Now, resto druids, the issue with them is you can only have 1 rejuve on a target at a time. So whichever druid has the highest healing power is the only one who's going to be able to put rejuves up. And then every other druid's rejuve is pointless, and now all they can do is healing touch. Kind of ruins resto druids in large raid.
So you don't want druid healers?
What do you need?
I like druids.
For the Horde.
Druid healers are fine. Just preferably, I'd rather have one resto druid and then like 18 ferals if I had to have 19 of them.
Okay, got it.
And you need one. Improved Mark of the Wild is very important, and ferals can't do Improved Mark of the Wild. Like your talent tree is going to be like you'll have everything you need to feral DPS and do like what feral's supposed to do. You will have 1 point that you can move around. Only one by the end of it. It's very, very like particular. And also you provide Innervate, which is also huge. So you can, at level 40, you get Innervate. You can give someone like 400% mana regen. It's a level 40 spell you train, not talent. Yeah, so you'll be giving that to like, say, priest healers, say druids. Can I get an Innervate on Vey, Shizum? And you just give them like basically a full mana bar. It's kind of crazy. But World of Warcraft is so optimized that bosses die in like 40 seconds. So the value of Innervate doesn't usually see the light of day. Our guild will see it.
You said my role is going to be to feral from behind the boss. Is that because it's the easiest way to play the druid? Easier than healing?
No, feral's harder than healing. Healing is easy in this game, in my opinion. I mean, everyone will debate, but at least from my perspective, feral DPS is harder to do than raid healing. Raid healing is just tabbing to low, health bar low, click it, and healing touch.
I'm standing behind a boss, and I'm power shifting with a certain helmet, a wolf's head helmet, and I have the mace level 29 from Nomergan. And how do I keep enough mana to do that over and over, and then do significant damage on the boss?
So what you're going to do, one, you're going to have more mana. So there's a talent tree at the very end called Heart of the Wild, the end of the feral tree. It'll give you a lot of mana once you start getting it. But you're right, you'll still go And there's another talent in balance that reduces the mana cost of shapeshifting by 30%. That adds up. So once you get those two things, you'll have a much larger mana pool. But it's still not enough to spam shift over and over. So you're going to have to bring mana potions. So you're going to shift out, and you're going to have to mana pot back to full. And then you're going to run out of mana again. There's something that gives you mana that doesn't share a cooldown with mana potions called Dark Runes. This sacrifices health in return for extra mana. By then, the boss will be dead.
You say you bring mana potions, but it can only kill one boss. My mana cooldown is going to be 2 minutes. Then you've got the demonic rune.
You'll have one you'll have one of those every 2 minutes. Or like we'll be on a boss every 2 minutes. Yeah, you'll be fine.
Oh, raids,
you'll have a mana potion per boss.
Raids are multiple bosses too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't worry,
I've never seen one.
Oh, I guess that's... Yeah, I take that for granted.
There's lots of bosses.
Okay, yeah, so on every one of these bosses, like you have no AoE. You are pure single target. Like you actually don't have a single AoE spell. That is a problem with Druid, and that sucks. So anytime there's a cleave, or like where you can hit 2 mobs with warriors or rogues, you're gonna fall behind, but your single target is still super good. I mean, you can go to YouTube and type in 60 feral classic WoW DPS, and you'll see some ferals literally just top charts. They're crazy. And they're also really strong early on.
What do you mean early
on? So in Molten Core, and then they're decent in BWL, and then they kind of start to fall off because warriors scale too hard with gear. They just get disgusting, and ferals don't replace their helm. They use the Wolf's Head helm the whole time. They don't get any new weapons. They use Pummeler the entire time. So you can see kind of where, as everyone's getting better and better gear and new raids are coming out, feral kind of starts to fall off. But no, throughout the entire game, feral's good. There's bad, there's decent, there's good, and there's OP. Ferals are good.
Good, okay, yeah. Tier B. Tier B.
Yeah, like I'm comfortable with ferals in the raid. There's no... If you tell me you're playing an enhancement shot, maybe like, great, it's a wasted raid slot. You're a glorified walking Wind Fury totem for everyone else. You provide leader of the pack, but you also provide Innervate, and you also do damage.
Okay.
So feral is good. Resto's also good. Like, I like Resto Druids too.
Before we get to the raids, I need to get there. Not being mage, I don't have as many ways to escape. Mage, it's like impossible to die before 60. Yet, it does seem to happen sometimes. But my ways of getting away... On the upper world, I can entangle, I have war stomp, I can become a cat, I can do travel form, cat form, I've got swiftness potion. Let's not talk about other potions yet. I've got sprint, like the dash. What do I do if I get stunned, for instance? It was so OP as mage. I could just blink out of stuns, like from a scalding elemental.
Yeah.
Here I'm watching for 8 seconds.
Yeah, you are, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Okay, just...
okay, you can go buy a PvP trinket for 20
Buy?
gold. Yeah, so there's a vendor. It's not like auction house. It basically, you're supposed to have earned your PvP trinket, but in hardcore, Blizzard changed it where you just buy it from a vendor. It's in org upstairs, kind of by the flight master.
Oh.
I think it's 20 gold, and you just trinket stuns.
And what does that do? It gives you a way to cleanse a stun after you're stunned?
Yeah. No, like if you're stunned. So every class, their PvP trinket functions differently in Classic. I think Druids have one of the best trinkets in the game. Yours cleanses stuns, it cleanses fears, it cleanses, honestly, everything that you need to worry about.
Wouldn't you say that's super optimal for a leveling Druid?
Yeah, it's huge. It's great. People now people have like a lot of gold in the guild just being thrown around. Yeah, should have a PvP trinket. I should buy mine, honestly. You don't have a trinket yet, so why not? At the bottom of the stairs.
What are you looking?
Dispel all charm, fear, and stun effects. Yeah, that's just straight up the best. It's only 5 gold?
It's 18 gold, but it's a 5-minute CD.
Oh, wait. Oh, huh? Oh, sorry.
I don't know.
I'm looking at the sell price.
That's
My
the
bad.
sell price.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna use
Yeah.
this. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm. So in every iteration of WoW PvP, everyone has this equipped. In BC, the next expansion, they made it 2 minutes, and it remains 2 minutes to this day. A lot of PvP is kind of built around that trinket. Definitely a big thing in World of Warcraft. But for Classic, in this case, yeah, if you're stunned and you want out, trinket it. You can even, if you want to save mana, you don't want to shift a route, just use it. The only other ways you have to escape, you don't have Ice Block, you don't have Blink, you're damn right you don't. You have Travel Form and Dash and Cat Form. You are a movement speed getaway person. So if you're in a cave, dash.
Can you show me how you do the kiting attack on mobs? Like, you do like this thing where you travel around and you hit the mob so that you can level while you're running.
Oh, like killing mobs while moving?
Yeah.
That might be a keybind diff, but let me show you my screen.
Okay. Because you can do it with the slow mode. Very simply, just back paddle with half speed. Or you can do strafe, and then do you let them catch up, or do you like back paddle a bit to let them catch up, or do you turn?
I mean, I let them catch up. Yeah, you gotta be within melee range. So if you're looking at my screen, like I'm just Bob is following behind me, right? I'm running like this.
Yeah.
So right now, the mob can hit me, and I can get dazed, assuming it's keeping up with me, right?
What are you pressing now?
Not
Just A?
A, and then I hold down right click. So right click held down.
Yeah.
Oh, my mouse, and then A.
How come
That's how
it
I
looks
strafe.
like you're looking diagonal forward?
What do you mean?
You're 100% walking sideways, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm walking. This is sideways.
Okay, that's just
So
how
everyone
strafe looks
moves
like.
differently.
Yeah.
And everyone's just elitist about how they strafe, and I bind to E to strafe, or I can keyboard turn. I have the ability to do this. A lot of people don't. There's no reason to be able to do this, but
Yeah.
this is how I strafe. Is what I'm used to. And so basically, you sideways. I can be dazed right now. I'm not immune, and I jump and I turn and I jump and turn. So as I'm jumping and turning, that's immunity to daze during that time.
Yeah. And you time this
yeah.
with their auto attacks.
Now, the thing about Feral Druid is you're a fast attacking class. So for me, because I have a very slow weapon, I can do something called hamstring kiting, where it's going to be tough for me. I'm just going to one-shot this boar here. Maybe I can like do something. Okay, so I punch this boar. And see, like, I can walk out, and then my weapon swing timer is off cooldown, back in. And then walk out. My weapon would be off cooldown now, back in. You can't do that. You punch every second. So you're actually like my fist weapon. You're just pop, pop. There's no kiting this. There's not much you can really do. The only thing you maybe could do with your cat form movement is if you wanted, you could walk out of range and let your energy regen. And then go back in and bop, 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 and then walk out.
Ah.
You don't have any slow either. So you're a movement, you gain movement speed, you don't take it away.
Oh, that's smart, actually. That makes sense. Instead of standing still and fighting when all my energy is out, I string them along, and then I unload fast on them, all over, and then we start walking again until I have another 60 energy and then finish the job.
So, but I would only do that when you're in trouble. The thing is, like, optimally, you like your auto attacks. You just want to kill them quicker. You don't really care about the damage you take.
Because I mean,
unless you're in a situation where you need to care.
I'm trying to think of like the fastest way to kill mobs while moving, but it's mostly only true if you have a 3-second swing timer on your mace.
Exactly. Yep. Druids don't get that, but you have 0 downtime. You're not really unlocking the full capabilities of Feral yet. Like, you'll become a Feral, and like you're like 36. You are gonna be Unchained, and at that point, you basically will pounce on mobs. You'll shred them because they're stunned, and then you just put up a rip, auto attack, claw whenever you feel like it. They die, and then when you get low health, heal back to full, go back and cat, do it again. You have 0 downtime. You are constantly going. You're also fast as hell at getting to anywhere. Like, even looting quests, like you're just running around looking for eggs and stuff. Even at level 50 plus, when everyone has mounts, sometimes you don't want to mount in between collecting, I don't know, seeds on the floor. Yeah. So you get to collect those quicker.
It's 8 seconds. If it's longer walk than 8 seconds, mounting is faster. And if it's shorter, then it's better to walk.
What kind of Google Doc did you look at to see that?
No, we calculated that when we were on that mage.
What are you doing? Okay, I'm glad you figured that out. But yeah, the Druid, it's different because you have travel form. So there's slight advantages. Druid is a very fast leveler because of your movement speed you gain at 20, and because
really nice.
of your no downtime. It probably doesn't feel good to you because you came from mage.
No, it's starting to feel good. Now that we've got cat and travel, I'm actually enjoying the single target kill after kill after kill. Sure, sometimes I still longingly look at the other side of the grass. I'm like, oh, that's a perfect AoE farming spot. And you can't. Yep. Or like anytime I've started to freaking hate gravity ever since I don't have like 7 ways to not die to it. Speaking of, could you tell me where I can get the New Year's anti-gravity pots?
They took it out. Chat was telling me about it today. I never heard of that until today. And then when I went to Thousand Needles, I was like, hey, chat, so where is that thing again? And they said it's gone. I'm like, oh.
Cool.
So that's that answers that.
All right, cool. Just don't fall.
Yeah. So I already noticed you're doing something else that's really good. You're putting regrowth and rejuve on your top bars, not your main bars. That is something you should do so that you can hit it while you're in cat form.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of, like, for me, I didn't do that. So later on, let me log on to my Druid, actually.
Oh, cool.
Hold on. I have a 60 hardcore Druid from the other server I can log into.
Oh, nice.
Like, I bound all that stuff on my main action bar when I was 12. And then I turned, I don't know, 14 and realized how stupid it was. So now I have 2 regrowths on my bar. Like, regrowth is bound to R and it's bound to Shift R. This is dumb.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, I was doing the same with Entangle before. I had it on 6 on my Druid form, and then I also had it on E. But I misclick, like, I even took away Starfire because sometimes I would be in Torrent form when I was looking to do Claw, but then because one was Claw and in Torrent form it was Starfire, I would start this long-ass channel of Starfire, and then I wouldn't realize it for like a second, so I'm just wasting time. So that's why we got all the macros now. Like, we got the macros for the basically the same button doesn't allow me to go out of Druid, like, bear form.
Okay.
Wait, where is it?
That's actually good.
Where's the...
That's very good.
I can't freaking find it, man. There's so many macros.
Oh my gosh. I don't use a ton of macros.
Yeah, because you're an OG Andy. Like, I was thinking, you're probably not going to be able to teach me a lot of macros because you learned it wrong because you were 12. And the same reason I use numpad for Warcraft 3 for my items and I never rebound it is because we started playing as a kid. And
you're right.
It's too late for us.
That is a thing.
We can't change anymore.
You're damn right. That's why when you were telling me, like, you kind of wanted to help me or have me help you with your bindings, I was like, that's smart. Because, yeah, like, there are things that I would tell myself if I could and go back that I don't like that I'm used to, but I'm used to it now.
Yeah.
Some other things. I mean, am I still sharing my screen?
Yes.
I think I am.
Look again. Yeah.
Okay. So what was I going to say? The other thing that I wanted to go over that was kind of important. Oh, yeah, gearing. So what do you know about, like, stats that you care about?
I like agi, strength, and stamina. Stamina is always good for hardcore and in general. Agi and strength have multipliers in agility. In cat form. I believe agility is twice as good as strength in cat form in terms of adding attack power or something.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So all right. Strength is better for you than agility.
Better?
In everything.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So agility gives you 1 attack power and a little
Oh.
bit of crit and a little bit of dodge and a little bit of armor. It's when I say a little bit, I mean it's very little. The only thing that really matters is it gives you that crit. But strength gives you 2 attack power. Strength is better than agility.
Okay.
But it's close. It's very close. Like if you had a piece of gear that had 8 agility and like 5 stamina and another one that had, I don't know, 10 strength and 3 stamina, if you care about stamina, you're fine with the 8 agi. Maybe that's a stupid example, but you get my point.
Say
it's close.
10 strength, 4 agi, or 12 agi, 4 strength.
That's close. I'd probably go with the agi.
More stats, but strength if possible.
Yeah, I would go 12 agi, 4 strength, yeah.
When do you switch to bear form when you're in trouble? Because it takes away the ability to sprint. We can no longer stealth. And
you can still sprint. Cat and sprint. Just shape. You can go cat whenever you want, assuming you have the mana.
Sure. I guess I mean, let's say I'm sprinting away and I get dazed during the sprint. I can still wait, hope for daze to pass, hope to path better that I don't get hit again and dazed again. And or if I don't believe in it anymore, I have to go bear form since I'm getting hit already. So, like, I don't know. Like, the problem is when hardcore... This is
something that helped me.
Yeah.
This is something that helped me. You're going to deal more damage per health of your own, all right, while you're in bear form than in cat form. So if you're getting clobbered by an elite, you will deal more damage with bear form before you die than you would with cat form before you die. Yes, cat form is going to do more damage quicker.
Yep.
But if you're sitting there auto-attacking and it's auto-attacking you, bear form will do more damage per health.
Okay, that's very helpful. I have had that instinct as well. It's going to take longer for both of us to kill each other, but it's more per health.
If you're trying to survive, that's kind of how it is. So if you have 3 mobs on you, now the value of your swipe has increased too.
Yes.
So 3 mobs, you should be, just bear form. And remember, Thorns adds up. It is an insane buff. It seems so boring because the number is small, but that shit really adds up for a single buff. It's good.
Do you use an add-on to remind yourself of it?
No, I just remember. I just remember.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be shifting out and healing all the time. You can always just pop. Like, you're going to have so much extra mana. You're going to notice that you're going to heal up and then rebuff. You're completely tapped. You have enough mana to go into cat form one more time, which is fine. Go into cat, go kill some mobs. By the time you need to heal again, your mana is full. Now, you can be really safe, though. It's kind of like, I don't want to go in with no mana and just cat form. Yeah, that's fair. You can drink in between. But you'll have plenty of mana and times where you have to pop out and heal, you'll just Thorns.
Do you walk around... Would you walk around in the hardcore map with multiple gear sets so that you can heal, tank, and DPS as needed? Or do we just go around kitty cat?
No. Forgot about Druid gear sets. So... You're going to have to get used to this, but you might have to be healing dungeons. You're going to have to play multiple specs. So a lot of times you won't find a healer. You're just going to have to heal. And you're going to have to basically build a healing set.
Yeah. Even if I don't have the talents, or are we also talking double spec here?
What do you mean?
I will need to wear a healing gear set and have a dual spec into Resto, is it?
Without dual spec. I had a Resto set, I had a tank set, I had a feral DPS set. That's without dual spec.
Huh.
Oh my! All right, look at my screen.
What is this? This is crazy, dude. Is that the mace that I'll be farming?
Yes. So these are all my pummelers that I've been farming for raid. I never got to raid on this character, but yes.
Oh god.
Currently, I'm wearing these rings. Oh, it's bugged out, but they're DPS rings. Here's one of my tank rings. Here's another tank ring. Here's my tank staff. You can see why it's good because it adds armor. And bear form multiplies armor. So getting armor on things that don't typically have armor for feral are crazy. Spell damage is my healing weapons that I had because if it's enchanted. Here's a cloak with 190 armor. Yeah, this is your life. Multiple sets of Devil Sar with different enchants. You have a lot of pummelers, a lot of consumes. I don't have a resto set on this character because I was just pure tank. But yeah, this is you can see I tri-stat my gear. So one thing that Blizzard does in gear, let's take a level 40 chest, okay? And there's a level 40 chest that adds 10 stamina and 10 strength. Pretty good. And then you have another chest that will add 7 strength, 7 agility, and 7 stamina.
Yeah.
It's tri-statted. Overall, you get more stats for it at the same level. That's how Blizzard works. So that's why tri-stat is good, because you will get more stats overall.
Yeah, it's less specialized.
Exactly. And Ferals use all the stats. So you want so this belt is tri-statted, these pants are tri-statted, these boots are tri-statted, this chest is tri-statted, shoulders, helm. This is all endgame gear, obviously, but weapon. You love tri-stats as a Feral Druid.
Okay. Okay.
So that's gearing. Pretty sure that for the most part, when it comes to leveling, that's it.
Yeah.
Now, endgame. Do you have any questions about rating endgame what you do, or do you just want to wait and find out?
Let's talk about that later. I need to stay alive. If I have any questions in the coming days, it will be about how to stay alive in the open world map.
Okay. Are you down ranking anything?
No, I mean, yeah, a little bit. Okay, so I'm down ranking Moonfire for tagging.
You rank 1 Moonfire? That's huge.
So I can steal.
That was the one thing I was gonna say.
I can steal quest mobs from strangers.
Excellent. Superb. Show me your talents. Okay, good. You got Fairy Fire Feral. It's huge. Very big button to just instantly chip armor. Why are you getting the attack power increase as opposed to the double combo points per crit?
Well, you never told me the order. I have this screenshot.
Yeah, that's fair. No, yeah, I get it.
No, wait.
I mean, it's not a big deal.
You showed me the screenshot for level 45 that I've been following. By the way, this may come as a shock to you, but some people in my chat disagreed.
With what?
With some of these picks. So I decided to just follow your... What is this? Oh, yeah. I decided to follow your tree instead of trying to let 10 cooks cook in the kitchen. But we got this right here. This was what you showed me on stream the other day. So you, as you said, don't know the order. I really liked Thick Hide, but you said it sucks balls.
Trash.
Trash. Okay. So we're not going to do that. So I didn't know the order. Fairy Fire is a special ability, whereas Savage Fury looks really strong, but I wanted to make sure to first learn the ability so I can start muscle memory that. Blood Frenzy looked pretty weak to me because I don't have combo points users yet. Like, I find Rip to be pretty useless because mostly creatures are already dead by the time that I could start getting enough value out of it.
You're right. That's why I'm not saying go respec right now. It's not a big deal. Just curious as to why.
Yeah.
I think you do see more value out of Blood Frenzy than I think you're getting like 10 attack power out of the other talent, not even.
Which one was that? Oh, this one. Yeah.
That one.
I mean, it's a little more.
So it's 50% of your level, so it's 15 attack power.
Yeah. 15 attack power. I mean, I don't know what that really does.
I don't know the conversion of attack power to damage, but I think it's like 14 attack power is 1 damage.
So I'm getting
plus 1 damage.
I'm getting 2 damage per auto attack and per modified auto attack, such as Claw and Rake.
Something like that, yeah. You know what? Honestly, maybe the value is there because like you're really not able to get any rakes off. Now, when you get 32, you will gain Ferocious Bite, which is big.
Okay. Now that I'm getting a better one, it's gonna make sense to get the extra point in that. I wanted to try out this first, Blood Frenzy, because I don't like Rip enough, except if I'm doing like a big boss or something, like a dungeon, and because I haven't been doing much dungeons. So once I'm getting a new combo point user, then I think Generation will be sick. Is this good?
Yeah, no, like Ferocious Bite is better than Rip in almost every way. Even late game, if a full Rip is gonna like go off, it's almost not worth using over Ferocious Bite still, because Ferocious Bite has the ability to crit.
Ah, yeah, that's true. What about Cower? Important in dungeons only?
Never used it.
Never used it.
It is a flat threat drop, like it's minus 30 threat, right?
Oh.
30 threat is like removing the threat of 1 auto attack for 30.
And
which is what the hell ever.
does it take a global cooldown?
Yes.
That's so bad.
It's horrible.
Okay.
I'm telling you, they just didn't know what they were doing. So you can take it off your bar. I leave it on because you have so many. You're not going to get a lot more buttons on your cat form bar. You're really not. You're going to get Pounce, you're going to get Ravage, and you're going to get Ferocious Bite. That's it.
Okay.
You have your full kit. So yeah, just leave it on your bar somewhere for cat form.
So Rip will go to 5 because it kind of sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck, but it's not as common. Ravage...
Ferocious Bite's the play.
Ferocious Bite will be on number 4, where it's important. 5 a little bit less.
Yeah.
Prowl, I can use it for leveling. 6 is a little uncomfy, but I could still do it. Tiger's Fury barely matters.
Yeah. And you'll get Ravage too. Ravage is an amplified shred. It's the same concept, but it can only be used while stealthed. It'll hit like 1.5 times the amount of shred. Wait. You get that soon. You get that at 32.
Wait, how is this so good? Or is this lying?
No, it's that good. It does a lot of damage.
Ravage is just like Bite? Like Claw, I mean?
Shred. It's just Shred, just higher in every way.
Oh, wow, okay. Does it replace Shred?
No, this can only be used while stealthed.
Oh, okay. So we need 1 slot for Ravage, and we need 1 slot for Ferocious Bite.
And Pounce.
Ah, shit.
Pounce and Ravage are only used in stealth, and Ferocious Bite is your better combo point finisher, usually.
Oh no, so I need 3-4 more buttons.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks. Because all the important buttons are my escape button. War Stomp, Insignia of the Horde. I guess Moonfire, it's nice for tagging. But maybe Max Moonfire does not deserve to be on queue.
No, it does not.
No. Does it?
Moonfire, you should have your Max Moonfire just on your actual human bar.
Yeah, never go out of kitty form because of Moonfire.
If you find a situation to do it, you can hit your macro that takes you out of cat form and then hit it on your human bar.
Yeah, true.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
And that's how I do that. And you can put Starfire in your bar too, like let's say you're tanking a dungeon and you want to get insane threat, you can open with a Starfire, Moonfire, go bear form, Fairy Fire, and then start hitting them. Like you get that extra threat.
Yeah, okay.
You can have it. It was just these are all gimmicky situations that really probably will never happen, but they can.
All right. You want to run Gnomergan?
You ready?
Yeah.